Greetings everyone. Now, in this screencast we're going to look at working out the effective resistance of a circuit. Now, why is that important? Okay, well firstly, what is it actually working out the effective resistance of a circuit? Well, what it is if we could simplify the circuit, for example, the one you see in front of you, we've got this network of resistors here, R1, R2, R3 and R4. Now, they're going to, as a group of resistors, they're going to exert some sort of a total effective resistance that our battery will see. In other words, it will feel some sort of resistance, which is a combination of all of these resistors acting together, which will produce some fixed total resistance or effective resistance. And so effectively what we'd be doing is finding the value of a single resistor that we could put in this circuit that could replace that specific network of resistors. And so this resistor, the value of that resistor there, that would be the total resistance of this circuit, which would be the same as the effective resistance of this group of resistors here. Now, in order to work out the effective resistance of a circuit, we need to be able to recognize how these resistors are situated in a circuit. And generally speaking, resistors are placed in a circuit in either a series arrangement or a parallel arrangement. And in the next two screencasts, we're going to look at how we can work out the total resistance or effective resistance for resistors in series and in parallel, and when there's both resistors in series and parallel in the same circuit. And once we can work out that total effective resistance, in other words, the total resistance of all those resistors acting together, that would then allow us to work out or predict or calculate what the current coming out of a battery would be, which would then allow us to go on and work out how much power is being delivered to each resistor and all sorts of things. So it's a very, very important skill to be able to work out the effective resistance of a circuit. So if you watch the next screencasts on series and parallel and compound circuits, that should give you some good insight into that.